Very dangerous. How many do you have so far? 4. Number 5, rejection. Another thing that can cause your heart's desires not to come to pass is rejection. Rejection. When people reject you, it can affect you. Proverbs chapter 27 verse 10. Rejection. Proverbs 27 verse 10. It says, when my father and my mother forsake me, then the Lord shall take me up. Meaning that your father and your mother can forsake you. They can leave you midstream. They can leave you in the middle of the journey. And then when they leave you in the middle of the journey, you must not let it affect you. You must not let it worry you. Rejection is something you must fight. You know, I was telling Pastor John, I think we attended a funeral recently. And when we finished the funeral, one very high man of God I revere so much, it was a mother who had passed. And he said at the funeral that, he sought the approval of the mother. He sought the approval of the mother. And for me, it was a very big statement. It was a very big statement. Sometimes you are looking to somebody for approval, yet the person does not even know that you are looking for his approval or her approval. And the person can be crushing it. So when people dress well, they dress well for different reasons. I don't have any reason for dressing well. If I'm dressing, I'm dressing. If I'm not dressing, I'm not dressing. But people, when they are dressing, they dress shoto move. It's a move it's targeted at somebody. Yes. So even when they are every dress with the way they walk. I like the way you're walking. So every dress with the way they walk. Look, me personally, what I've come to notice in my life is that when I put my confidence in people, they crush it. And because of that, I've weaned myself off it. I've weaned myself off it. Time and time and again. When I go like, this person is my world, they crush it. And because of that, I've weaned myself from that. I don't put my confidence in anybody. So nobody really hurts me. I mean, before you will hurt me, then it must be something very serious. That is so dear to me that you have touched. So hurt, it doesn't affect me at all. Because when you put your confidence in people, I put my confidence in people before. Hey, my teacher, she crashed it. Put it in another man, he crashed it. And there are people who you can put your confidence and your trust in, and they can crash it. When they crash it, it's not bitter. This one is not bitterness. So you see, they break something inside you. You can lose vim. You can lose vim. I stopped preaching to hear it was a good message. I don't remember when. That even when I close right now, you come and tell me that the message was very powerful. It's like a song to me. It doesn't do anything to me. It doesn't. Because I put my confidence in people. One day I finished preaching, and somebody came to meet me with a list of grammatical mistakes. Yes. When I was preaching, the person was just writing grammatical errors in my preaching. This was somebody I thought I was seeking approval from. So all the time that I was looking at her, thinking that she's writing notes, she was actually writing my grammatical mistakes. And when I was walking out, she showed them to me. She opened the book and said, see all your grammatical errors today. Oh, yes. And many times we feel rejected because we make people our God. And that's why I'm very careful with people. Very, very careful, very sensitive with people. I always watch moods of people and all that, because I know that the way people have disappointed me, I must not disappoint anybody like that. And so I try to just watch. I realize that something changes small. I'll try to get in touch. Why is your face like that? Why is your mood like that? Why have you become like this? Why have you become like that? Because I know that thing. But I have suffered. But me, as I'm standing, whose approval am I looking for? I remember when I bought this pulpit. We bought this pulpit. This was years ago. It was so nice because in our church those days we're using glass pulpits. The pulpit was so nice that I told my father, when he came here one day, and I told him, and I brought him to come and see the pulpit. When he saw the pulpit, he said, but I mean, so what was it about the pulpit? What's it about the pulpit? Does it determine the message you are preaching or something? It crushed something inside me. It killed something inside me. So I don't look to my dad for approval. I tell you the truth in Christ, I lie not. I don't look to my dad for approval. I'm not looking to anybody for approval. But many of you are looking to people. Why are you all quiet? Have I said something bad? Many of you are looking for people for approval. You are looking to people for approval. One day my dad was preaching. As I was watching him, he was not happy. So when we closed the service, I told him that, Daddy, you are not smiling. He said, what were you looking for in my face? What are you looking for in my face? So I don't look to my dad for approval. I don't look to my mom for approval. I don't look to anybody for approval. No. Because sometimes the person you are looking to for approval, the day they don't like you, they will show it. There are some people when I'm preaching in a place and they enter there, I avoid their face. I avoid their face completely. They are like the devil to me. Yes. Because the devil can use them against you. They can turn an eye. They can do a face. And when they do a face, you are affected. And many times you feel rejected because you put your confidence in somebody and the person crashed it. But if you don't put your confidence in anyone, you don't feel rejected. So one day, I told you the story recently, but one day I was going to greet somebody who was a parliamentarian in America. When I was getting closer, she just did the hand like that, asking like, I should not come close. I said, I should not come close. We should exchange pleasantries. So I was standing here, I was standing here, and then she was around where Evelyn is seated. And we exchanged pleasantries. We followed normal. It didn't mean anything to me. The person who was seeking her approval is the one who was affected. But me, I wasn't affected at all. If I see her today, I'll just greet her and move on. That hi, how are you, and all that, she won't get it again from me. That's it. I'm not affected. You see, you are only rejected by somebody in who you put your confidence. Is it wrong? It's not wrong. We are all wired differently. Maybe God knows what He's called me to do. That's why He made me like that. So this book I'm writing, I've not told anybody. These books I'm writing, prophet is not aware, my dad is not aware, nobody is aware. The books are just coming out. We are just writing them. I'm not looking for anybody's approval. If I was looking for somebody's approval, I would send to them, why don't you read it and see? I say, hey, I don't want anything to come and attack my heart. By the time you see what God has given you to do, you cannot do it. Rejection. When you feel rejected, go and ask Jephthah. When Jephthah was rejected by the brothers, his stepbrothers and his sisters, he went into the bush. But the good thing about Jephthah was that whilst he was in the bush, he was working on himself. So fight. I'm saying it again. There is nothing wrong if you have somebody who is your cheerleader. Good. But if you are like me, and maybe God has called you to do things He has called me to do, and you don't need approval, and people keep crashing that thing you have for them, move on and develop a strong shelf. Strong shelf where you are not looking to anybody for approval. You are not looking to anybody for a nice comment. Oh, this thing is nice. Oh, that thing is not good. Oh, this one I think is terrible. Oh, that thing is not whatever. Hey, it's like one day I prepared spaghetti in school, Tech Unity Hall. I prepared the spaghetti. I put salt on it. When I tasted it, it was too salty, but I said, it's my own thing. It's my own spaghetti. I will eat it and enjoy it. I ate it. I was enjoying it. My roommate said he would taste it. I said, this one, if you taste it, you won't be happy. He won't be happy. But he kept insisting. When he tasted it, he spilled it out. But I enjoyed it fully with stew. Learn to overcome rejection. Learn it. Sometimes the people you have put your confidence in don't even know that you have put your confidence in them. So if you find yourself that you are finding it difficult to move on, maybe you should go and open up to them and tell them that I really, really look up to you for approval. So please, next time, don't say it like that. Maybe go and tell them, then they can help you. Because sometimes you are looking up to somebody and the person doesn't even know that you are looking up to them. Yes. You are looking up to someone and the person doesn't even know that you are looking up to them. And it It's very important. So recently I saw Vanessa. I realized that her mood has changed. I observed the person, so I stopped asking her to do things. So I had a meeting with her. So when I had a meeting, I asked her, what exactly is wrong? Are you getting frustrated? Is it frustration? If it's frustration, let me help you out. Let me give you an option. Let's go rent a place in town. Stay there. Concentrate on the things you have to do. Friday you come home, and then Monday you go back and concentrate on the things you have to do. So she couldn't really flow. And we chatted, then we finished. So in the night I was going to sleep. Usual good night, have a good night's sleep and all that. Then she mustered the courage and walked close to me. So when she walked close to me, then I said, yes, what's up? There's something I wanted to say. What is it? Then she said that, well, when I do something wrong and you say it, the way you say it causes me to hear so many things in my mind. What she said, I won't like to say it in public. So I touched the head and I said, how? I just touched her head. I was standing on the staircase. I just touched her. I said, how? Go and sleep. Go and sleep. How? How can you think like that? Go and sleep. Tomorrow we'll talk about it. So I was going and I shouted to her, forget about that thing. It's not true. That's the devil. That's the devil. So since then, I have changed my style. I've changed my style. Because you see, when somebody is looking up to you and the person does something wrong, if you don't know how to say it, you can kill somebody. You can kill someone. And we feel rejected when we put our hope and our confidence in people. Serious. One of our pastors left recently. I felt how would I say? For me, it wasn't even about anything I've done for him. No, not at all. Rather, it was about how he had taken the church. The church had hope. The church had confidence in him. Oh, ladies were coming to church, climbing the mountain, coming to church and flowing. And then because of issues in the church, he says he's leaving them. And he's going to another church altogether. And he left. You see, but later he came. He came to see me. He came to see me last week. When he came and I saw him, I didn't have anything against him. Rather laugh. So we sat down, answered all his questions, showed him all the things he has to do. And all that. And he was shaking. When I finished with him, I was on my way going home. He was even about to dress, so I was on my way going home. So I thought he had